My name's Dan. I am one of the owners here at Vivid Racing, and this is my story about the Targa Newfoundland. Our car, 2011 Porsche 997 Turbo S, PDK, agency power parts, KW, Nietzsche wheels, Toyo tires, status racing harnesses, 500 plus wheel horsepower, and we wanted to put it up to the challenge. The first part of playing this event, once we got a green light from the higher ups here to go, do it, was who do I do it with? And it's hard to find someone that can just take off 2 weeks, shell out some additional cash, and go to a different country that's not even connected to North America continent. So I, asked my buddy Matt here. I said, hey, do you want to come do this? And with a simple text reply, it was locked in.
This was definitely an experience of a lifetime. It was a lot more than I originally expected. The responsibilities of the co-driver are huge. Targa is an event in which they close down roughly 2,000 kilometers of public streets in Newfoundland and allow participants to race pretty much with no boundary, no limits, and push their automobiles to what they can maximally be pushed to. And that's exactly what we did for about 9 days. Newfoundland
is, from watching videos, is really, it looked like just a bunch of small fishing shacks, and that's what we're going to pull up to. And I didn't realize there was such a strong culture and community, and St. John's has, a real full city. And when we got into St. John's, it was definitely blew my mind with all the stuff to see, the scenery, the history, and whatnot. And everywhere we went with our car, people were just like, that car's too low. These roads, they're super gnarly. There's potholes everywhere, blah, blah, blah. And when we got to the day one registration and all these people pulling in their cars, but I soon realized that I was the only one that brought a modified street car. And I was the only one there with a car that shouldn't be driving in this event.
These are true enthusiasts. These are the people that dedicate their lives to racing and doing it the right way, and teaching themselves to push the limits. And that's what every single one of these drivers did. They pushed their limits, and they did it in a fashion that wasn't unsafe to the others around theirs.
First run yesterday, we hit the bottom of the bridge. We bottomed out. We pinched the fuel line and smacked the rear, pushed the header into all the clutch linkages, so we didn't have any gears. That's when we broke down on Thursday morning. So we bent everything back, got back to Frenchman's Cove, got up to about 176, bottomed out again, lost the gears.
To make it a reality of the fact that this was actual motorsports event and not just like a weekend DE event, I think it was maybe the second day, a E46 M3 lost it in a turn and went down grass into this house where this old lady is just sitting there looking like, what the F are you doing in my town, and just didn't know what to think of it. And that was just one of the things that really put this in perspective, that it was an actual motorsports event. There was another serious crash where no one was hurt. It was a Subaru, and they going about, I think it was 180 or 170 kilometers an hour, and they didn't turn. They just went straight, went through a guardrail and up into trees, and they came to a rest. Neither one of those guys were hurt.
We're all right. Yeah, we're fine.
There were some pretty gnarly crashes. These guys in an E30 M3 rolled their car into a ditch, smashed, full cage, smashed panels, broke windows. They worked all through the night to rebuild this car, and these different guys in a Subaru WRX smashed the front end. They all had their cars there at the end. The most difficult part about the entire rally is the unpredictable weather, and it's rain or shine.
We wake up Tuesday and we find out that we are getting hit by a hurricane that starts with an I. And we look outside and it's pouring cats and dogs, like just blankets of water. The trees are bent over from the wind gusts. And we were like, oh my God, they're gonna cancel this. No, quite the contrary. They were on 100%. We talked to them and they said, we're racing. And we were pretty excited. So, here we are at the start gates. waiting for them, holding their signs blowing, them just trying to gain balance in this crazy weather. And here we are about to push our car's limit in this, which was just awesome. It was really, really cool.
Just they're curvy and sweeping on the ocean. It's the fact that, like, in the States, they never let you close these roads down. I mean, we drove 100 miles an hour through a 25-mile-an-hour subdivision.
And if you can imagine taking yellow police line do not cross tape and taping off your entire neighborhood while cars are still parked in the driveway, and having people line the streets to watch you and then going as fast as you want to through your neighborhood, that's what it was like. One of the stages had us going vertically up the side of a fishing village hill in about a width of a road that was the size of the car. It would wind up, and some of these turns were, 180 degree, 90 degree, sharp bends down, up. We constantly were scraping the front end.
The end of the rally was just surreal because, once again, time really had no meaning throughout this whole rally. You're just so focused on your tasks and everything to keep yourselves pushing the limits.
And it didn't matter what place or, points, or no matter what class we were in. It was just the fact that, not only did we travel 1,300 miles just to get there, then we drove another, 1,300 miles in the event. And our car didn't have one issue, and it lasted, and we got there and we crossed that line and we got our medal, and we came together with the other 50 cars, and everybody, had an awesome dinner and partied and hung out and got to see the city of St. John's. And it just made that overall driving experience that much better.